Tonight on Police 10-7, Vanessa seeks comfort in the arms of the law.
Or other such place for the purpose of evidential breath test, blood test or both.
We follow a Fauatani homicide investigation after a gang member is killed with a knife and a young man shot in retaliation.
We arrested 3 members in a car with a sawn-off shotgun who are helping police with inquiries.
So tonight, a thief's escape from a moving police car doesn't go to plan.
Let me the fuck out of here. Yeah? You're not going anywhere, fella.
I give up. I can see it. Ah!
It's Friday night, and South Auckland Constable Hamish Forre is following a car that's being driven erratically. He decides to pull it over to check if the driver has been drinking.
How you going?
Alright.
That's good. You got a driver's license on you?
No.
You got a driver's license?
Not on me.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I got my
Yeah?
restricted.
Okay. You got some ID, something with a name on it?
Yeah.
The back seat is full of empty bottles, and the driver is very emotional.
I know I was driving a bit stupid. I'm fucked though.
What was that?
On my parents. I don't even want to start, sorry.
And Hamish knows he's met Vanessa before.
You got all your criminal matters cleared up?
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of like I'm doing PD and shit,
Yeah.
Getting my shit together.
That's good. Because you're in that stolen car with, Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Remember me from that?
No, I'm doing PD for it now. I finished PD today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am getting my shit together, but I think I might have a warrant out for my arrest.
You might?
Right,
Well,
so you better check up.
well, we will, don't worry.
Please don't say I have a warrant. I don't want to get locked up for the night. I got to work tomorrow. Please don't ring my boss. Please don't ring my parents.
Why would we do that?
Don't ring my parents because this is the last time I got pulled up. You just rang my parents.
Do we? How old are you?
23. I'm old enough.
We don't ring your parents in, do we? Hey,
They rang me when I was 22. They rang my parents.
All right.
Oh,
You anything to drink
sorry.
tonight?
It's just a couple.
Couple. Okay. We'll do a quick check and get back to you, eh? Just wait there. Hysterical.
The check confirms that there are no outstanding warrants, but Hamish still has to find out if Vanessa's over the limit.
Hey, Dev. Good news is you don't have a warrant.
Oh, thank
Let's record down and go breast screening test without delay.
I'm going to go over. And I've got a suspended sentence. I'm going to get a jail because of this. Oh, my God.
You've done this before, eh?
I breached PD, and I'm doing PD hard out now, but I'm under the influence and I'm going to
Just blow in
fail.
here.
I'm going to fail.
Just blow in here. Blow in there. Until I tell you to stop, all right? Deep breath. Okay, stop.
I'm going to fail.
Oh, torch go. Okay, see that? It says fail general. It says a fail general. Okay. So now require you to accompany to the Papakura police station or other such place for the purpose of evidential breath test, blood test or both. Do you understand that?
Can you take the keys out of my car?
Yeah, we'll take the keys out of your car. Just grab a seat in the back of my car, eh?
Before I take off, because that's why I jumped out.
All right. Just put your seatbelt on for me. Yeah, just get the keys out and lock it up. What have you been drinking? And how many Steinies have you had to drink?
Like a box. No. 2? No.
Boxes?
Yeah, we just bought another one. Whether I drank that much, I don't know. You'll tell me, eh?
Well, we won't tell you how many you've had to drink, we'll just tell you
You'll tell me how
what
I
your
got a limit on
breath
it.
limit is. Yeah.
At the station, Hamish reads Vanessa her rights,
Do you want to speak to a lawyer?
but she's already sure how this will all end.
Do you want to speak to?
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
No changing the
Well, we all
fact
know
that
that.
I'm guilty.
Yeah. Do you want to speak to a lawyer? Because it's your right. No? Okay.
They're gonna save me from getting out.
Okay. Stop. Okay. This is the result. of your evidential breath test. Okay, it's 689 micrograms of alcohol per litre of breath. That's a positive result. At this stage, she's been arrested for driving with excess breath alcohol because she's on a suspended sentence as well for other matters. So the chances are when she goes to court, she'll be remanded in custody on that sentence. She's just been taken through and they're about to process her now.
I'll give you that when we let you go in an hour or so. We'll just let you have a good sleep.
Because I've got to walk out to Rewe anyway, and I'm just going to go to Owie. Nah, okay, we'll wait till I'm sober.
Yeah, we'll wait till you're sober. Just for your own safety, I don't want you walking the streets this late. Sweet.
In court, Vanessa was convicted of driving with excess breath alcohol. She was disqualified from driving for 6 months and sentenced to 60 hours community service.
I've just been called to a shoplifting job up in Three Kings. Mel's tried to steal a few bottles of liquor. He's playing up, apparently, so get there quick smart and see what the story is.
When Auckland constables Brendan Young and Adam Keno arrive, they find the drunken thief down a driveway. But by the way he's being treated by his captors, you'd hardly think he'd done any wrong.
This is our boy here, is it?
It's our boy. I just gave him a cigarette and a can of Woodstock. So
What'd you give him a can of Woodstock for?
I think there's a bit of charity still in the sky. So you're right.
So what was the story?
I just saw him and an old lady and a bottle of booze getting dragged. Well, the old lady was getting dragged out of the booze store with him and a bottle of booze. And then he ran across the road and the old lady was screaming, "Stop, stop, stop him!" And I tried to stop him and he took a swing at me and then he ended up on the ground.
Oh, okay. What were you doing over the bottle store?
Well, you've heard the story, right?
Well, what, I'm asking you what you did.
I did nothing, actually.
The denial is a futile move. Back at the liquor store, witnesses, security footage and the victim, Lisa, are telling police a very different story.
The man come and he come here and he picked that bottle from here and then he say, okay, I will grab these two, and he grab it and he start walking, and when he come here and I know before he's running, so when he come here and I come this side and I stop him and he pushed me with the bottle and hit me here. And then he pushing me and I was pushing him and I grabbed one bottle, another one he dropped there and the floor on there, and then he ran. When he ran and he fell down middle of the road.
Unable to dispute the video footage, Simon begins to change his tune.
Yep. Did you try to take some alcohol from the store?
I dropped it before I left the store.
But did you try to take some?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm under arrest.
I'll tell you at this stage, okay, you're not obliged to say anything. Anything you do say may be held as, may be given as evidence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And by the time he's inside the police car, he's confessing to everything. And it seems a dare from a mate was what got him into trouble.
So I had a bit of a hard night. My mates took me out the car and my mate ran in and told me to run in, but I didn't do it.
Sorry, what? Hey, I don't care what your friends dared you to do, okay? It was your decision to go in there. You made that choice. It was your choice to steal that bottle of bourbon or bottle of rum. So now you've got to pay the consequences for it, okay? So be a man and stand up to it.
Okay, so what am I being charged with?
Theft and assault.
Assault?
Because you punched the woman as she was trying to stop you from leaving.
I dispute that.
You can dispute it all you like, but there's plenty of witnesses in there. And at the end of the day, you've been drinking and you're probably drunk, you probably don't remember too much.
But Simon doesn't accept the consequences, and on the way back to the station, he decides the only way to get out of trouble is to escape from the moving police car, and then fight the police as they try to stop him.
Let me the fuck out of here. Yeah, you're not going anywhere, fella.
But this only leads to a dose of pepper spray and another charge of resisting arrest.
I give up. I can see it. Ah, I can.
Get your feet in the car. On the way back, he decided to play up in the back of the car, which was unfortunate, and so yeah, we had to restrain him for a little bit, and unfortunately for him, he got sprayed with OC spray. So we brought him back here, administered a bit of aftercare, made sure that he was all right. First time you've been sprayed, did you say? Yeah? Come on. Let's go, we'll take you through the processing. Now he's been charged not only with the original theft charge and assault charge, but with resisting and willful damage. Unlucky for him, I'm afraid.
In court, Simon was convicted on charges of theft, resisting police, willful damage and 2 counts of assault. He was sentenced to 3 months in prison. And after the break, police hunt down an armed suspect in a Fauatani shooting.
He says to him, "How did they know I did it?" And he says, "Everybody knows you did it."
It's Tuesday morning and the people of Fauatani have woken to a town under siege. The previous night, a Black Power associate had been shot twice in the leg as he stood on his front doorstep. It was an act of retaliation for the murder of mongrel mob associate Tangi Tate Carroll 2 days before.
Regardless of what happened out there last night, we're keeping focused with a homicide investigation. Inspector has got other staff looking after the other sides of what is developing.
For Detective Sergeant Ross Everest, the shooting's a side issue. His team's trying to find the people who stabbed Carroll to death after a brawl on Fauatani's main street.
We're working through the suspects that are outstanding. Matt's now back, so he can give you an update when we get to Matt on what happened in Rotorua today.
Matt McLeod's been interviewing a suspect who believes that Carroll was killed with his own knife.
This young guy, Tate, lifted up his shirt and had the knife stuck down the front of his pants, and he was showing like that, and so they were to and fro and back and forth.
To prevent any more potential violence, armed offenders squads from around the region have been called in. Tony Jurison's in charge of this part of the operation.
Now tonight we're kicking off with the you guys coming here from Rotorua. We have the Rotorua AOS starting at 1900 hours to man a police roadblock at Tangi. Late this evening at 1700 hours we arrested 3 members in a car with a sawn-off shotgun who are helping police with inquiries at the station at this moment. Today there was a tangi and a funeral up at Ruatoki. There are still a number of people at that marae and various residences up at Ruatoki. They have to come back through the roadblock if they choose to leave. They are to be stopped, searched and detained if any disclose any offences.
Detective Sergeant Dave Archibald is running the investigation into the revenge shooting of the Black Power associate.
Car pulled into his driveway about 9:30 last night and tooted. He came out onto his front doorstep and was basically shot at around about 6 times. 2 of the rounds hit him in the legs and he escaped over his back fence. The car that was involved in that was a silver car. It's about all we have so far. And soon after, a silver car had a bit of a dodgems game with a car containing Black Power members up Tangi way. They basically rammed that. They basically sort of constantly rammed that car all around Tangi and then rammed it off the road ultimately.
As night falls, police patrols intensify and officers encourage people to get off the streets.
What a weird kid. Hey mate, how are you? All right? Good. Oh no, we're just out and about, keeping an eye on things just due to the current situation in the town. You local fellas?
By the next day, the investigation into the murder is well advanced. Detective Brett Watney's been talking to one of the Black Power members involved in the stabbing that killed Tangi Tate Carroll.
He's confronted Tate twice down here, telling him to drop his knife. He said he was the only one that was chasing him. He was running next to him, and they come around the corner here, and he said from there on he was talking to Tate, kept telling him to drop his knife, and then they got to about the corner here, and he said that Tate dropped the knife in the gutter on the side of the road. He said he was the first one there. He said he's seen them giving him a kicking, and then he said he yelled out to the others, cops, and then he bolted straight across here.
A walk through the crime scene with a Black Power suspect has left the question of who held the knife, and Crown Prosecutor Greg Hollister-Jones has asked Ross Everest to show him where it was found.
We got it at half tide, just down here, and just over you can see Stewie's footprint there still in the mud. Sitting just down on the edge of the rock there. Point down. That is 39 point something metres from the scene, Greg.
You see, I think his blood up here, although it's consistent, it's also consistent with being the knife possessor.
Oh yeah, I've got no doubts.
Yeah.
And he does not deny that. He can't answer it.
When it's put to him that he had the knife, he doesn't answer.
He can't answer it.
Finding out who had the knife would be crucial to the murder prosecution. But back at the scene of the retaliatory shooting, Detective Mark Deutschoff has made a chilling discovery.
This is the house that's behind the scene where the actual shooting took place. And as you know, there was a number of bullets were fired up the driveway. 2 of the bullets had come through the back of the shed, through the fence here. One of them has ended up coming into that shutter. It's whacked it and then actually bounced back out again to end up being lodged in this little garden. And of course we've now got that and we'll send it for analysis.
At Fauatani Station, Ross Everest has identified most of the Black Power associates connected to the fatal stabbing of Tirangi Tate Carroll.
The object of the focus now is to eliminate or brick in as many of the periphery as we can and leaving our main targets until later in the week.
And in the inquiry into the shooting that followed Carroll's death, there's been a major breakthrough. Mongrel mob member Luri Dog Davis has been identified as the main suspect, and Maori liaison officer Senior Sergeant Wally Homaha has just come back from a meeting with the Ruatoki Valley community where Davis lives.
A lot of people up there are quite pissed off and angry at what's happened up there. The meeting was attended by Luri Mad Dog's dad. The father is really pissed off about it. He wants to get him today and he's going to work hard. He knows the consequences of us going up into the valley looking for this fella. And the significant thing that he did say was, the police are after you, they know you did it. And he says to him, how did they know I did it? And he says, everybody knows you did it.
That's quite a significant development, a bit of a shift towards becoming a lot more positive with everyone we talk to. And so that the message is that it's just, a matter of time. Everybody knows he's done it. We know he's done it.
Pressure from police is beginning to have a real impact, and officers are responding to any gang activity in the town.
What we're doing now is there's been a van load of mongrel mob, patch mongrel mob members and their associates that were causing some problems outside the court. This morning we've already had dealings with them, and in the last sort of 15 minutes they returned to the area after being warned not to be there and actually hurled abuse at our inspector. Some of the bully that we received is that one of the targets has actually been cruising around this area, which is a Black Power area, and the particular target is a mongrel mob member, and been calling out the window, seek hail, etc. And as you can see, the boys on the fence over there, straight in front of us there, they're members of the YBP, Young Black Power. We had major dealings with them yesterday. You can see out the front there, just looking for any bit of trouble. It's the Kawato pad there. A few people out the back. Pretty quiet though.
As dog handler Derek Orchard continues with his patrols, there's been a sighting of Luri Davis in a nearby valley. But even as police draw near, Detective Andy Allen's aware that Davis could already know they're coming.
The entrance in there isn't covert, so the drums will be beating around here. Plus with the 2 helicopters in the air, there's always that potential.
Davis managed to get away, although he left his girlfriend behind. But that night, he was caught and interviewed about the shooting.
Last night he freely admitted
that he was the driver of the car and admitted that he was the one that pulled the trigger.
Eventually, police identified all the suspects in the shooting. Warrants led to the recovery of a large number of firearms and a total of 5 arrests on charges of wounding with intent to do grievous bodily harm and possession of firearms. 2 people received 8 months in prison, 2 got 2 years, and the longest sentence was handed down to the trigger man, Luri Dog Davis.
And on the most serious charge, you will be sentenced to 7.5 years imprisonment.
With other charges, Davis received a total of 8 years in prison. For Ross Everest, the investigation into the murder of Carroll went on for another 2 weeks, and on the 21st day of the inquiry, he launched a series of raids around the area.
It's been a hard 3 weeks, and we're just doing the sweep, what we call a final sweep, re-interviewing people that were initially identified or interviewed at the scene. We've got down to 6, we believe, round by the body, and they're the ones that we're talking to today. Yes, I'm quietly confident a number will be charged today.
Good evening, I'll talk to you about this thing.
Matt McLeod went after David, one of the suspects that Ross Everest intended to arrest later that day.
All we want is the truth, you know? All we want is the truth, okay?
Yeah, I told you all I knew it.
Yeah, I know what you told me, that you weren't involved and you weren't, but we've spoken to heaps of people and they'll put you right on it, and I want to get your side of the story and the proper truth now, okay? No bullshit, all right?
David was one of 5 Black Power members who were eventually acquitted on murder and manslaughter charges. 10 people pleaded guilty to a variety of lesser charges, including disorder and serious assault on Tirangi Tate Carroll and Luri Davis. They received varying sentences, with the maximum being 2 years imprisonment. Next week on Police 10/7, South Auckland officers arm up after reports a man's threatened his wife with deadly weapons.
He's now outside the house with a shotgun and a machete.
Oh, bro.
Constable Salilo Levi smells something he shouldn't.
Because I can smell dope in here, okay, I'm invoking section 18.2 and 18.3 of the Misuse of Drugs Act 1975.
And Bob digs himself into a heap of trouble with his mouth.
I'm trying to break it up.
Did the blood happen when you punched the guy in the nose? Or?
Oh, I don't know. At the end of the day, fuck, I just seen his nose bleeding. Boom, they're saying it was me, but at the end of the day, fuck, he was already bleeding when I hit him.